Let's start by talking about the research. So what is the research when it comes to stressed out summers?
You know, so this is such an interesting segment. A lot of times we think about like Christmas is right in terms of like stressful. Well, guess what? The summer can be just as stressful for people. So here's some interesting research. Monster actually says that 25% of employees do not take their summer holiday.
I don't understand these people.
25%, and
I don't know who you are.
Harvard actually says it even goes up. So people that are actually working 50 hours or more a week, 50% of these employees are not taking their summer holiday.
So they actually have summer holiday.
They have summer holiday.
They have holiday that they can be taken. Because I understand if you have no money, you don't want to be away from work. Or if you are working a job and they don't cover your vacation, you don't take vacation.
Right.
That I get. But if you
this is a choice.
If you're employed and you have a salary and they're telling you go away, go away.
Yes,
just
go away.
Just go home.
People don't know, but they don't want to.
Stay home.
So it's kind of interesting, right? And then it's kind of around, well, why are people not taking? So sometimes it might be more finances, but that's generally it's not the reason. It's around people don't know what to do. They sometimes don't know how to hang out with their family. A huge piece is around sometimes people don't want to be perceived that they're not really a hard worker.
Right.
But it's a lot. It can be a little bit stressful.
Yes.
And so people are actually avoiding it, which is ridiculous. We need our holiday. We need our holiday.
I'm so good at being a sloth that it's incredible because I go so hard when I'm going hard. So when I shut off, I will shut off.
Yes.
I have no problem doing that. So some people need to learn how to do that.
Some people need to learn, and they actually call it summer stress syndrome.
Okay.
It's called summer stress syndrome. University out of California actually says that basically people do not know how to just be.
How to just relax.
How to relax. So it's good to work, but it's good to relax. Now they do say it's not just about staring at the ceiling. No. It's going to be bored. So the best is to kind of try to figure out a hobby where you're still using your mind, some kind of actually activity. Yeah. But it is really important for people to refuel.
Okay, so give us some tips then. Help us out.
Okay, so number one, in terms of actually the scheduling, number one, really see your summer as a powerful refuel. If you actually study the science around high performance, and for employees, but also for families.
Yes.
Think about moms. I mean, we're parents. We know that it's a lot easier going to work.
Yes.
I mean, we love our children.
Yeah, it is. It's just easier.
But it's easier,
It is easier.
So for anybody who is really in terms of a very high-performing role, we're giving. This summer is an amazing opportunity to sit back and refuel. Give, refuel. If we do not do the refueling, we're going to burn out. We talked about that actually last time. So really see this summer as a wonderful opportunity. And the second tip around this, which is actually a really great strategy, and especially this time of year, is I recommend talk to your spouse, talk to your children, say, what are your top 3 things? Top 3 things you want to do this summer, because a lot of times when I'm working with families at our counseling center, I'll have people at the end of the summer going, gosh, I didn't really, I didn't do this summer that I want. I wanted to do this and we didn't do. How did that not happen?
Because you didn't talk about it.
Because you didn't talk about it and you didn't plan it.
Okay.
It's 9 weeks, but it can go really fast.
It sure does.
It can go really fast. And
you start looking at your calendar and you're like, every weekend is booked with something. And now, like, I'm looking at back to school. What is going on? You're not even out of school yet.
And all of a sudden we're in September. So it's really important to say, what are your top 3 things? And then as a parent, we can kind of like as a big jigsaw puzzle going, okay, what are your top 3? What are my top 3? Okay, how can we actually kind of all make this work? And this is kind of fun for children too, because I have 2 kids, as you know, they're twins, 11. One's an introvert, one's an extrovert. One wants to be in camps all the time. Another one wants to have a lot of downtime. And so you kind of like listen to the different needs and you're like, okay, how can we make this all work so everybody is at the end of the summer feeling refreshed and refueled, ready for school again?
What a really good question. I've never stopped to ask the kids, what do you want?
It's actually fun.
It's like, this is what you're doing.
Yeah, this is what I'm planning for.
We got your camp planned out for these weeks. Then you go to grandma and grandpa. Like, I've never even thought about asking them, hey, kids, what do you want to do?
And it's good because it's great. It's great. Well, it's great self-awareness.
It is.
Kids actually start thinking about, well, what is it that I need? What is it that I want?
Right.
And they're at an age that they can actually start thinking about it. So actually really good in terms of just their own kind of cognitive ability.
If they say my top 3 things are video games, do you just veto that as a parent?
You could say video games is 1. Okay. Okay, you got to come up with 2 more.
Come up with, yeah.
And
catch some frogs.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about spending time with family as well.
So holidaying is one of the reasons why people stay in the office, because sometimes
they don't want to do it.
Well, They're like, I have to hang out with this person for like all this time?
All day long.
All day long? So that can be a little bit sometimes scary. So I remember when Brent and I, my husband and I, first started, when we were newlyweds and we had our very first holiday, he had to kind of figure it out a little bit, right? And I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna hang out all the time.
Right.
Like 24/7. This is
all
wonderful.
the time.
And he's like, I need some space.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm like, I think he's like, I think I need to kind of do some other things. Like, I love you, but not with you all the time. And so we had to kind of figure it out a little bit. And so we actually figured out as a rhythm. Okay, so you want to figure out your rhythm in terms of holidaying. Okay, so I call it, don't think black and white, think gray. So don't think we're doing everything together or we're doing nothing together. Think about what's the gray zone. And so for Brent and I, we figured out in the morning and even early afternoon, we'll do our own thing. And the afternoon or the evening, we actually do something together.
I like that.
So you kind of like figure out your dance. It's almost like your vacation, your vacay dance.
Yes.
But you got to do a little trial and error versus thinking that it's all together.
You also say think simplicity and non-technology.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's so important.
There's a whole movement that's happening on the science on the benefits of nature.
Yes.
And how, yes, technology is wonderful, but we need to be away from it.
Yeah, go to the park.
Go to the park. And so it's a wonderful thing to think, what are the things that we love to do that involve not technology? I was talking to a colleague, I said, what are you most excited to do this summer? And she's like, I'm gonna go strawberry picking and I'm gonna make strawberry jam. I'm like,
beautiful.
Oh, I just love that. Like,
that
it's
is so nice.
Simple, right? Going to the beach, going to a library, picking out your favorite books. Like, what are the things that you can do that is like away from technology, that's super simple, that is going to be refueling for you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of it.
Absolutely. You know what's good about nature too? It's cheap.
Yeah.
Get outside.
So true. It is cheap.
Just go walk to the park.
We like cheap.